It is the most moving float that will roll down the streets of Pasadena in tomorrow morning's Rose Parade. Every year, the nonprofit Donate Life honors lives lost and celebrates lives gained through organ donation. This year, 19-year-old Tyson Schreiber from Alsea, Oregon will represent the state. Sally Showman has his story you'll see only on 6.
Amid the wreckage of twisted metal and broken glass, in any salvage yard there are useful parts. The same is often true of shattered lives.
When his wheel hit the culvert, it flipped his pickup.
For each car, there was a driver and a story.
I just screamed. The hood of it was dented in.
On the night of February 12th, 2012,
I was sick. Yeah, totally sick.
19-year-old Tyson Schreiber was behind the wheel. It was dark and foggy. He was alone when his car drifted off Highway 34 between Philomath and Alsea.
Well, he was probably 10 miles from home. He was amazing at everything he did. You couldn't ask for a better person, a hard worker, honest, willing to do anything for anyone.
He was a star athlete at Alsea High School, an avid hunter and fisherman, an all-around good kid.
I always looked up to him. I always strived to be just like him. He was my best friend, a hero. My rock.
His most heroic act may have come in his final hours. Tyson registered as an organ donor the day he got his driver's license.
He had a big heart. He wanted to help everybody that he could.
The doctors had said I probably wouldn't live to 40. I'm going to be 45 on the 28th.
Tyson didn't get a second chance, but he gave Laura Eriks hers.
He's not physically here anymore, but because I carry him inside me, he's living through me.
Laura has Tyson's pancreas and kidney.
And I think about him every day.
Let's see here. I got Laura's letter out.
They encourage you to send a thank you note, but they also tell you don't expect a response.
In the months following Tyson's death, thank you notes came pouring in.
I was actually very surprised to hear from everybody.
2 people received his corneas, and so they see now.
The little boy received his heart on Valentine's Day, and he's been doing awesome ever since.
Although the Schreibers agreed to exchange letters and information with Tyson's recipients, they didn't make plans to meet any of them. The pain still too raw.
Why Tyson? You know, it's hard.
On the year anniversary of his death,
I come all the time.
Julie and Whitney came to a place they'd come to know very well that year.
Whenever I feel like I need a visit with Tyson, I come up. He gets visited quite often. I always have to come up and make sure it looks good.
Yeah.
Whitney and I were standing right here.
I was fixing something, and I look up, and here comes this car, and I'm like, what the heck? Didn't expect anybody to come up here. And
We'd gone to the coast to celebrate Valentine's early. I said, can we please find where he's buried? I go, I cannot drive through this town one more time, not one more time, without finding where he is and paying my respects and thanking him.
her and her husband walk down the road a ways, and then he says something to her. They turn around and come back.
And he goes, what do you want to do? I go, but I have to go over there and talk to them. So we approached kind of slowly, and I called out their names.
She just asked if I was Julie Schreiber, and I said yes.
I apologize, I'm really sorry, I didn't plan this. And I said, but I'm Laura Eriks.
I'm like, oh my gosh. And so I give her a big hug.
Some may call it an accident, others pure chance. But Julie and Laura prefer to think it was choreographed by the young man they have in common on the year anniversary of his death and the year anniversary of Laura's new life.
And I know that Tyson would be so happy looking down, saying, yeah, I did that.
Was meant to happen, otherwise it wouldn't have, because there's no other way that we would have been there at the same time.
And Laura's return to visit Tyson. Julie found this note on the back of his cross months later.
Yeah, right here. My hero. Thank you for the gift of life, Laura.
To know that someone else gave that to you.
She's been up here.
That totally didn't have to.
It was surreal, you know, and knowing that, you know, she's all healthy now and cared enough to come look him up. She didn't know where he was. She didn't have to drive by and look, but she wanted to.
Here in the place where Julie comes to feel her son's presence, a part of him found her again.
Yeah, pretty touching.
In Alsea,
He just loved his mom.
Sally Showman, KOIN 6 News.
Laura lives in Albany with her husband, dogs, and cats, and because of her transplant, she's been taken off dialysis and daily insulin shots. She tells us she recently walked 5.5 miles with her husband, and that's the farthest she has ever gone.